Hello Gemini, my name is Alison and you are with Healing Dove Tarot. Gemini, we're going to have a look at the love energy surrounding you from the 15th to the 31st of October. I'm doubling up and doing 2 weeks. I'm doing a fortnight together for you as I'm going to be away. Slightly different format and we have a lot to get through, so I'm going to get straight into it. Venus is still retrograde until November and there's a full moon in Taurus on the 24th. Now, Gemini, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups speaks about kind of like a dreamy illusion kind of state, yeah? If I remember correctly, what did I say? Yeah, you know, you've still got this energy around you about letting go of the past and moving forward with the present and trying to, I think you're still a little bit scared about being hurt, Gemini. We have the Four of Swords coupled with the Nine of Cups. So this shows me about healing work that needs to happen, and the Nine of Cups speaks about wish fulfillment. But you come into this period with the Seven of Cups. So it's like you're still in this kind of dreamy, illusionary state. It's kind of like, is this what I want? Is this not what I want? Is this going to work out for me? Da, 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 da. And I say that because you start off this week, the week beginning the 15th, with the Eight of Pentacles coupled with the Devil. So the Eight of Pentacles speaks about really building something, working together. It's like, it's an exaggerated sense of the Four of Pentacles, right? It's like you're actually starting to get a foundation, a base going. And when it comes to love, I feel like it's with your new love interest. In terms of signs, I do have a Scorpio. I also have a Taurus. I have an Aries, very prominent, or a fellow air sign like yourself, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I have both the King and the Queen of Swords. But look, the signs are irrelevant. It's more about the energy, okay? So it could just be that the person that you're dealing with embodies the energy of Capricorn, for example, because I also have Capricorn here. But I feel like for me, this is very much a push and pull of your past. It's like you're trying to build this new foundation, but then you have your past coming back up. The card of Capricorn speaks about obsessiveness, right? Addiction, feeling like being bound to someone. And I feel like you're trying to transform yourself out of that and break free. Okay, you're really trying to just be like, I'm done with all of this. Let me go. Unfortunately, Venus retrograde causes us to look back at the past. It causes us to be in this kind of dreamy, illusionary state, to really question who we are and what it is that we want in love. And it does that for a reason, because we constantly change and evolve and grow, right, energetically. And the whole point of planets going retrograde and for us to go back and review and have a look at what's going on is so that we grow, and we grow in alignment with what's truest and best for our high self and for that of others. So looking back at the past and going back and reviewing the past so that you can transform is healthy, okay? I really feel like that's what you're doing at the beginning of this week. Something comes up, your ex comes back out of the picture, someone that hurt you quite a lot, okay? And I say that because as we get to the weekend, so coming up just before the 22nd, we have the Page of Swords coupled with the King of Swords. So you could be spying on someone, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or they could be spying on you or vice versa. I do have the card of intuition here, which represents Taurus as well. So it's like you're needing to use your intuition to know what is true in this situation. And if it is the fact that you're dealing with your ex or your past, I feel like you're coming up as the Emperor, right? So you're coming up for me as very much being in control. I feel like you've got your shit together. Potentially maybe your partner, and apologies for the cross watchers, doesn't. They seem to be the ones that could have this addiction or gambling problem or drinking too much or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be that, but it could be food. I don't know. But I feel like you're going back to review that situation. You're kind of spying them on social media, checking out what they're doing, trying to get a gut feel for how they feel, where they're at, what are they doing. If this was a couple and you're separated, and I say that because I literally have the Queen and the King of Swords together, right? But look at their body language. This is how they've fallen on the board. She's looking this way, he's looking that way. And then with the Queen of Swords, I have the Three of Swords, as in like this heartbreak. So for some of you, I really feel it's like reviewing a marriage, a relationship, whatever it is from the past, and you're kind of going back and remembering the good times, which causes you then to go spy on them and check out what they're doing. And I think when you do that, you'll see that not much has changed. All right. Singles for that week in particular, I feel it's the same for you too. Whether you were not married, some of you may not have been married, but I feel like you're very much going and having a look at your past lovers, going back to review. Yeah, that's what you're doing. It's review, rewind, review. Okay, let's have a look at the second week for you. So from the 22nd all the way through the 31st. So you've got the star, so you've got healing energy coupled with the 7 of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Swords come up again. So repeating card for you there. That could be representing yourself. In this deck, when she comes up, she's like, off with his head. There could be children involved. I have a Page of Pentacles. I now have the 8 of Pentacles again. Same repeating message. Boom. New beginning, finally, as we come to the full moon. So week beginning 22nd, that full moon is going to help you see clearer. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and the Magician. Beautiful. I love it, Gemini. This is just like really great how they've all fallen out. I'm just going to give you my deck and show you what's at the bottom as soon as I get all these cards together. Okay, so at the bottom as you come into this week, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that you're dealing with an earth sign, male or female, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's quite grounded. But I feel like as you come into this period, right? So you've got that week of review where you're really looking back and going, okay, what are they up to? What are they doing? You know, checking them out. Do I still want them? If you've got kids with this person, I feel like that's why you're kind of like, oh, you know, you can still love someone but not be in love with them, right? I feel like there's still a lot of love there in that sense. But I think you see things clearly because you've got the star coupled with the 7 of Pentacles. So this is patiently waiting. It could be patiently waiting to heal, or an Aquarius could be prominent. I did mention that you've got air here already, but this does represent the sign of Aquarius. But it could be that you're just patiently waiting to heal or patiently waiting to let go. This energy is grounded by the 8 of Pentacles. So it speaks about working really hard to kind of heal yourself from this situation. I definitely feel like as you come to this full moon, you will be very clear. You have that little bit of a review where you're like, should I go back? And then you'll be very clear and be like, no. Probably shouldn't. And I say that because at the very heart of your reading, as the full moon comes in, you have the Fool. Boom. Best energy. Look at this. It's like taking a leap of faith, stepping into the new. And I feel like for you, you almost needed this review, this week of review, to see where you're going and get your moral compass right. Do a fair bit more of healing. I know no one wants to hear that. So that then you can set yourself on the right course, right? Because what I have coming towards that, towards the end of that period after the full moon, coming towards the 31st, I have the Queen of Swords coupled with the Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, I do see that you could be a mother with a younger child. And you're really just wanting to keep peace and harmony in the balance, okay? For others of you that aren't a mother and don't have children, this could speak about really choosing just to cut away this person out of your life, really making that conscious choice, and moving on to someone that's going to offer you something that's a little bit more concrete. And you could also be receiving, I know this is a love reading, but there's a lot of Pentacles here. You could be receiving a new job or a new job offer. It's not big money, right? This is just a Page of Pentacles. It could just be like, oh, hey, did you know that there's a job going in that? Or so your boss kind of gives you a bit of a tap on the shoulder type thing. If it's not that, then it's like you're making a conscious choice that I want something that's a little bit more concrete. I don't want flighty energy. Because I feel like you're done, right? You're done playing these games. If you're single and have been dating and you've kind of had someone in and out and you are looking back at your ex and you're kind of wondering, oh, what if we got back together? Don't worry. Go through that week of review, because then you're coming bam into November with, like, look at this. The Fool and the Magician. you just go and very quickly go from this to this. So you start November with the Magician, and that's like so powerful in the upright, manifesting everything that you want, everything that you desire when it comes to love. But more importantly, like, he has all of the tools of the trade. So he has the pentacle, he has the cup, he has the sword, he has the wand, he has everything to be balanced. And I feel like for you, you need to go through this process during Venus retrograde to figure out exactly where you're going, to get that clarity that you need, to let go of this heartbreak for once and for all and move forward. And that's beautiful, Gemini. Like, that's getting that clarity and getting an understanding of where you are and what you want, I think is fantastic. All right, singles and couples, I'm going to draw for you additional guidance. I've also got this other deck here. I'm going to draw for you a card from that as an overall guidance for a couple of weeks. Singles, additional guidance for singles in love from the 15th to the 31st. Please show me. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Reach out. I think that's talking about getting support from family and friends. Couples. One card for couples, please. To be fair. Yeah, so couples, I really didn't touch too much on couples that are still together. I feel like you could just be reviewing the relationship. As I said, it's still that week of review, but it's about trying to find harmony in that even give and take. Can you see that properly? But I'll read this to you in a second. Okay, so singles, 3 of Pentacles, reach out. Speaks about teamwork, preparation, alchemy, and achievement. You are a strong and capable person, yet sometimes you forget to ask other people for assistance. Don't we all? You struggle along doing your best, but often don't quite achieve the results you want. This card serves as a reminder that you don't have to do it all alone. You may ultimately get what you want by going solo, but your desires will happen sooner and more gracefully with the help of others. So if that makes sense for you, my single friends, do reach out, ask for help from your friends, talk about how you're feeling, talk about the fact that you wanted to speak to your ex and you had a look at their Facebook page and you saw that they're dating whoever, like whatever it is for you, okay? Just try not to keep it in your head. Talk to someone else about it. Couples. So to be fair, keywords, as I mentioned to you briefly before, was about balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the cause, the law of cause and effect. And it goes on to say, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected, to be fair to all. So I think that's bang on for what I was saying about trying to find that even give and take when it comes to your relationship. It could be that there's a little bit of push and pull about who's doing the work and who's, earning the money and that kind of thing. I see that energy there for you as well. And let's draw you one more card from this deck. I really love this deck. I don't use it often. I use it more for personal readings, but I wanted to give you something a little bit extra for this fortnight. Thank you, Spirit. Additional guidance for Gemini. What do they need to know? There it is. Ooh. A card of choice. Look at that card. Look at the illustration. Hoping you can see that without the reflection. 2 of Swords. Let me read for you from this book. It's quite deep, this book, but bear with me because there's really good merit in it when we can get to the crux. 2 of Air. So it speaks about duality, separation, choice, and big picture. Didn't I say choice? Everything has an opposite. Duality divides and separates. Polarity unites and integrates. When you create, you also destroy. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Embrace an open mind. Nothing is ever black and white. The 2 of Air represents both duality and polarity and the theory that everything in creation has an opposite, light and shade, right? Duality is a theory that two opposing forces come together to create a state of chaos. In this theory, positive and negative poles repel each other, and so there is a constant ongoing battle between the two where one seeks to overcome or rid of the other. Polarity, however, is the idea that two opposing forces exist in all things within the universe, not as separate competing forces, but as complementary, opposing aspects of a singular whole. In this theory, one is just as necessary as the other. One does not exist without the other, and in some situations, depending on one's perspective, one can even be said to be an identical mirror image of the other, particularly for twin flames, right? And then it goes on to say about duality is black and white, polarity is the entire spectrum. Duality divides and competes, polarity unifies and accepts. The two of air offers a choice between two paths. You choose a path of integration or separation. One offers conflict and the other offers peace. Interesting. Gemini, if this resonates with you, please leave in the comments below. As I said, I usually only use this deck for twin flame readings or for spiritual readings, that kind of thing. It is a little bit more depth than I normally add to the weeklies. But if this does resonate with you, please leave me a comment below because I'll be looking. I wish you love and light for this week. You have a brand new beginning coming, for this fortnight. Brand new beginning coming at the end of the month after that Taurus full moon. You're going to move forward. The rest of the year will feel so easy, so breezy. Love and light, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.